Welcome to KK Java Tutorials. In this video of Linux tutorial, I am going to talk about one of the very important file is called bashrc. Bashrc file is a kind of a script file. So whenever you open any terminal, right, then that a script file basically runs, right? So first of all, let me show you that file. Just I'm going to open a new terminal by pressing Ctrl Alt T, and here is the terminal. You can see now now right now in my I'm in my basically home directory. By typing pwd, you can check you are in home directory or not. So by default, whenever you open the terminal, we land in the home directory itself, right? So bashrc is generally, it is a basically hidden kind of file, right? And that you can see by listing something like ls and then -a. -a means you'd like to see the hidden files as well, right, apart from the normal file. So if I press enter, then here you can see a file is called .bashrc, right? If you would like to see content of this file, then you may use cat command, cat dot bash rc, right? And if you, sorry, spelling mistake, dot bash rc, and this is the content of this file. Here you can see this file contains a lot of a script with proper description, right? If you scroll down, then here you can see this basically specify the size, right? If you scroll down, there are many functions are there, right? You can see color schemes are also defined, and there are many alias you can see defined in this file, right? So to open this file in edit mode, we can use, let me clear the terminal, we can use a command is called gedit, right? So here I am going to write gedit, and I will give the file name bash rc, right, so that I can open in the edit mode. So we can use gedit basically editor to make some modification in this file. So here I'm using a Debian based Linux operating system that is called Ubuntu 20.04. so if you look into the most of the Linux operating system, this file comes by default, right? And that's basically available in the home directory itself, right? So here if you do not find this file in your home directory, then explicitly you can create this file as well, right? And there you can define, let's say here I am going to define, let's say, one function. First of all, is called today, and this is going to print today days in nice format, right? And this function I can call explicitly from my terminal. So first of all, just I have written this function at the end of this file, and let me save this file. So here we have to click on this save so that this file will be saved, yeah. And here I'm going to open new terminal. So new terminal you can either open by clicking on this terminal and click on the new window as a new window, or you can press Ctrl Shift T to open new terminal. So you can see new tab has been opened, and now here I can call that function is called today. So here I'm going to call this my custom function, which I already have defined in bashrc. So just call this function by name itself. So when I call this function, here you can see this is printing this message, today is Monday 14, in more descriptive manner, right? So now you know we can edit this file, we can define some our own custom function as well. Now I'm going to remove it, right? So now I'm going to show you some more stuff. Let's say if you want to define some alias, right? As a user, you know some of the alias or some of the command you very frequently use in day-to-day work, right? And let's say that function is really very long function, then you can define that function, you can declare that function and give some alias name. Alias means you can give the some other name, which may be the short description name, short name, and from that name you can access that command. So for let's say here I'm writing something is called who am I, right? Then if I pressing, then this is giving my username. This is my username through which I have logged in. So if you look into the command prompt, so this is nothing but the username, and we have after that @sign, and after that again you can see KK Java tutorials. So this is nothing but my host name, or you can say remote host name. If you log in remotely, then this will be the remote host name, right? So when I say who am I, then this is printing the username, right? So this who am I, let's say this command I would like to give a alias name, right? Like something w, let's say I'm giving the shortcut name as WMI, right? If I try to execute this command, then this will be not recognized by my terminal, but I would like to make it meaningful, right? So here I can go to this bash src file, and here I can declare a alias. So you have to give a alias alias, sorry, alias alias, and after that you can give the alias name. So here I'm going to give the WMI, right? And here in single quote I'm going to write the actual command, that is called who am I, and this has to declare in the single quote. And one thing you have to keep in mind, guys, so this is the alias name, after that equal to sign, and I have given that command. So there shouldn't be any space, right, after WMI. Between WMI and this equal to sign should not be any space, and after equal to we are writing this actual command, there should not be any space, right? So basically left to the equals and left and right to the equals, there should not be any space, right? And just I'm going to save this file. Right after saving this file, I'm going to open new terminal again by pressing Ctrl+Shift+T, and here instead of who am I'm writing WMI. So I have given meaning for this, right? This is just alias, so it is printing my username, right? So this file can be used to define some kind of alias as well, right? Now of course actual command also you can use, but alias you can use as well, right? Apart from that, you can change this command, right? What you see, basically there are apart from that, there are a lot of ways to customize the terminal using bash rc file, right? Like to change the text displayed at the prompt, like in this prompt, whenever we open this prompt, then what you see, this is the username @ then host name colon, then this is the tilde sign, and then basically $sign. So this can be also customized, right? Let's say here I'm going to customize this one. So I will write ph1 equal to, in single quote I'm going to write like KK Java and then hash. So now if I open the terminal, then instead of this stuff, it is going to display KK Java hash sign. So let me save this basically file, bash rc file, and now I'm going to open a new terminal. That means I'm going to open a new session by opening a new terminal, and here you can see now it is showing KK Java hash. And of course you can use any command, like ls command I can use ls, and I would like to see what are the directories and files are available in my root directory. All kind of command of course you can use. Here also we can use what alias we have declared, like WMI, right? And every command will work as usual, right? So guys, as you have seen, this file can be customized. Even this file doesn't exist in most of the Linux operating system. This file already exists in the home directory. If it doesn't exist, then explicitly you can basically create this file, right? And here we have seen how we can define a function, how we can define an alias, how we can customize the terminal even. Apart from that, what you can do, let's say if you install like Java or Maven or Gradle or many software, right? So there you have to set the path for this software, right? So this file is also used to set the path or home directory for the JDK and all, right? So now I'm going to, whatever changes I have done, that I'm going to just revert, right? So I'm going to delete this stuff and I would like to save it, right, and close it. And I'm going to close this terminal. I'm going to open terminal again by pressing Ctrl Alt T, and here you can see this terminal is as earlier, right? So guys, in this video tutorial I have shown you what is basically bash rc file, and what's the use, what's the significance of bash rc file, how you can customize, how you can declare a function, how you can declare alias and all, and what is the benefit, right? So guys, a big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next video tutorial.